Hello everyone, I'm Shada Shaurav and welcome to Sada Learning Hub. Today's session we are going to learn the most important Java interview questions. The first question is can we make the user thread as the daemon thread if thread is started? No. If you do so, it will throw illegal thread state exception. It's not possible to make the user thread as a daemon thread if thread is started. If you try to make the user thread as a daemon thread, it gives the illegal threaded state exception. The next question is, what are the two types of exceptions in Java? Which are uh, which are the differences between them? Java has a two types of exceptions. There is a checked exceptions and unchecked exceptions. Unchecked exceptions do not need to be declared in the method or a constructor throws clause. If they can be thrown by the execution of the method or the constructor and the propagate outside the method or a constructor boundary. On the other hand, checked exceptions must be declared in the method or a constructor throws clause. See, here checked exceptions means exceptions are the exceptions that are checked at compile time. If some code within the method throws a checked exceptions, then the method must be either handle the exception or it must be specify the exception using throws keyword. And unchecked exceptions are the exceptions that are not checked at compile time. In a C++, all exceptions are unchecked. So it is not forced by the compiler to either handle or specify the exception. It is up to the programmer to civilize it and specify or catch the exception. Exception in thread main java.lang.arithmetic exception are divided by 0. Next, what are the differences between exception and error in Java? Exception and error classes are both subclasses of the throwable class. The exception class is used for exceptional conditions that a user's program should catch. The error class defines an exceptions that are not expected to the caught by the user program. An exception is a exception can be recovered. Error cannot be recovered. Exceptions can be classified into a two types. There are checked exceptions and unchecked exceptions. Error. These are no such classifications for errors. Errors are always unchecked. And coming to the exception, in the case of checked exceptions, compiler will have knowledge of checked exceptions and forced to keep try catch blocks. And coming to the error, in the case of errors, compiler won't have knowledge of errors. The next question is, what is the difference between throw and throws keyword? The throw keyword is used to explicitly raise an exception within the program. On the contrary, on the contrary, the throws class is used to indicate those exceptions that are not handled by a method. Each method must be explicitly specify which exceptions does not handle. So the callers of the method can be guard against possible exceptions. Finally, multiple exceptions are separated by the comma. Here, throws Java throw keyword is used to explicitly throw an exception, and throws Java throws keyword is used to declare an exception. Checked exceptions cannot be propagated using the throw only. Checked exceptions can be propagated with throws keyword. Throw is followed by an instance. Throws is followed by a class. Throw is used within the method. Throws is used within the method signature. You can't throw multiple exceptions. You can declare multiple exceptions. For example, public void method throws IO exceptions, comma SQL exception. The next question is, what is the importance of finally block in the exception handling? A finally block will always be executed whether or not an exception is actually thrown. Even in the case of where the catch statement is missing and an exception is thrown, the finally block will still be executed. Last thing to mention is that the finally block is used to release the resources like IO buffers and database connections like etc. The finally block is used to release the connections and the finally block will always be executed. The next question is, what will happens to the exception object after exception handling? The exception object will be garbage collected in the next garbage collection. What will happen the exception object after exception handling? The exception object will be garbage collected in the next garbage collection. The next question is, how does finally block differ from finalize method? A finally block will be executed whether or not an exception is thrown and is used to release these resources held by the application. Finalize is a protected method of an object class which is called by the JVM Java Virtual Machine just before an object garbage collected. Here, finally block finally is used to place an important code. It will be executed whether exception is handled or not, and finalize method is used to perform a cleanup processing just before object is garbage collected, and finally is a block and finalize is a method. The next question is, what is a Java bean? A Java bean is a software component that has been designed to be reusable in a variety of different environments. A Java bean is a software. A Java bean is a software component that has been designed to reusable in a variety of different environments. If you see here, this is a Java bean structure. Java bean structure contains there is a service access under control coordinations and the getter and setter methods. And the next question is, what are the checked exceptions? Checked exceptions are those which the Java compiler forces you to catch. For example, IO exception are the checked exceptions. The checked exceptions are those which Java compiler forces you to catch. For, for example, IO exceptions are the checked exceptions. The next question is, what is the runtime exception? Runtime exceptions are those exceptions that are thrown at runtime because of either wrong input data or because of wrong business logic, etc. These are not checked by the compiler at compile time. The runtime exceptions are the exceptions are thrown are those exceptions that are thrown at runtime. These are not checked by the compiler at compile time.
Thank you so much watching this video. Hope this lesson helpful to you. Keep watching our lessons. Keep writing to us. Do not forget subscribe our channel Sada Learning Hub because we have many sessions that would help you to develop our skills, and I will be back soon. Till then you take care. Bye bye.